championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Nittany Lions will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
He'll try the left side. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. They've gotten deep into the conference race, sitting on top of the standings right now. That conference championship game is starting to loom large.
It is, and there's so much at stake, right? Like knowing in the...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's a big stride inside the 10. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a... year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty.
Turning it on! And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. Able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in the back door.
He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Might be changing the route. To throw, it's Wilcox. Makes the grab on the left. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Time to take a shot. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you play in a hurry.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Under fire. Oh, and he got drowned as he just got rid of the football. The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. That's the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Quickly to the tight end. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Notre Dame right back to the line. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Wilcox. Oh, he wants it all. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. No fair catches here, looking for room. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quick release on the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. And the Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Leaves it with the back. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. He wants to change this route. Back to throw, it's Wilcox. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready because you can tell they're right back on the ball to run another play.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got an open man. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Irish. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front 7. And linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the backfield and blitz the quarterback. And you saw all of that from him right there.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Jumped on top of the pile.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Tight end now in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A great catch and run for 6.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. West Virginia is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up by 18 over Sam Houston. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw. It's Wilcox. Fires to the big fella. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. At the 40, there he goes. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And this offense is built around this team. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers.
Got some room in under the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. There he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense
makes the grab at the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. With the run on first and goal. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Finding it tough to make positive yardage, now third and goal from the 2. He did not make it, a stone wall on third down. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That pulls them to within 15, 28-13 the score.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Wilcox. Using the quick game. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Notre Dame lines up quickly. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's got him still on his feet. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to... And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines, be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20. Yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side of the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute well.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
So now it's second and long. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Wilcox. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Notre Dame right back to the line. To the air on first down. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They just keep firing. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Irish will need to move the sticks on third and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They just put a field goal on the board, and now they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. From the gun to give, looking for room. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one. They're just playing with a ton of intensity.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish back on offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Wilcox. Got his man downfield. Breaks into the open. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Makes it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Going the other way and he's got room. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
And man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time late in the season when you can go win those individual awards.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Makes the grab. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass, it's Wilcox. It's complete.
Well, this little guy is going to be difficult for any DB to cover, especially on these slant throws, because he gets out of his break and he explodes off the line of scrimmage so quickly.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Notre Dame lines up quickly. You know, the numbers for Notre Dame receivers aren't always prolific, but you think of Tim Brown, Rocket Ismail, Jeff Samardzija. They've had a lot of tremendous receivers. This guy fits right in that category.
Yeah, and when you think about those guys in Notre Dame history, those are all guys that you throw it near and they're going to catch it. And he seems to come up with the ball when it comes near him. I'm going to feature him. He's going to be the guy that I'm going to go after because I know.
Turning it on! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. They'll try to slam it in. Next going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish! And they'll try to tack on 2. They'll run it. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the 2-point conversion. And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And the Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll give it to the back. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. gives it on the option. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. The Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here come the Irish back on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No.
Oh, he's got some space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the beatdown has ensued. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Wants to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there, make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
Notre Dame right back to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Fires to the tight end. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Notre Dame has it now 1st and goal. Looking to pass. It's Wilcox. Lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. So given where the line of scrimmage was on that last play, the pass interference penalty in the end zone will put the ball at the 2. And the offense will take that gift, set up right on the doorstep, first and goal with the 1. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Looking for the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, knock on.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Cradles it at the 35. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here and protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and
there he goes. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Back to throw, it's Wilcox. He's got his man, makes the grab. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. He might want another play. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Notre Dame lines up quickly. They go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, just to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On third down, he drops to throw. Pressure coming. Takes a shot as he lets it go. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. When you know you have a team out